Folks, get ready, because you're about to see a former CIA officer give you some big insight into how the Clintons acted behind closed doors. I personally find this fascinating because it's kind of hard to know how a politician truly is in person unless you see it up close. And who other are you going to ask about it other than the people who were standing right there when they were in the White House? So we're going to get right into it. It's going to be good, but first do me a big favor by liking our video and also sharing it around. That way we can keep bringing you all this great, awesome content. With all that being said, folks, I'm your host, Darian, and this is Resist the Mainstream.
Was Hillary there?
Oh, yeah. What happened was we finished the meeting. The meeting went about 45 minutes. Not a single substantive word in the whole thing. And Clinton walks out with Berger, who was the National Security Advisor. Albright, who was the Secretary of State, walks out with the ambassador. And then I walk out. So they're standing in the hall. There are two little groups. And I'm standing against the wall. So I'm about 3 feet away from Clinton. Maybe I'm 4 feet away from Clinton. And then he finishes his conversation with Berger. So Berger walks over to Albright and the ambassador. So Clinton is standing like where you are, and I'm standing where I am. And at the end of the hall is the elevator, and the elevator opens, and Hillary and Chelsea get off the elevator. And she's got this mug. You could just tell, like, oh, this is going to be bad. Just a look on her face, like, oh, she was ready to explode. So she walks right up to us, and it's the four of us then. And one thing that I learned very quickly about Bill Clinton is that he absolutely hates silence. He's so gregarious and so outgoing. Somebody has to fill the void,
right?
With a joke, a story, something.
Yes.
So he says, boy, we sure had a good time at the Parthenon this morning, didn't we, Hill? Silence. She just looks at him with this look like she wanted to kill him. So he repeats himself. And he says, we sure had a good time at the Parthenon this morning, didn't we, Hill? And she says, Jesus Christ, Bill, it rained all day. I'll be in the room. And then she walks between us. And he looks at me. And I'm thinking to myself, you poor man. You have to sleep next to that every night?
I mean, it seems he wasn't always doing that, given his relations with, well, you know, elephant in the room, Monica Lewinsky, and possible alleged relations with certain women he met via Jeffrey Epstein. So I don't know, but I do wonder, is this pre-Monica Lewinsky scandal or after? Either way, frankly, I don't think it matters, because let's be real, she probably wasn't the first lady. All right, I'm just saying. I mean, can you blame the guy? I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking. That's a joke. Before I get canceled, I'm kidding.
So he looks at me, he goes, let's get the out of here. And he walks to the elevator. I follow him to the elevator. Secret Service runs down there. We go to the basement. There was this raucous crowd of 500 women in the basement. It was
throwing themselves at him.
Pretty much. It was the Hellenic American Women's Chamber of Commerce. And he gave this rousing, like, amazing speech. There's screaming, we love you, Bill, you know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he did it.
Wow.
I don't know how he did it.
What do you think fueled that relationship, that resentment she had towards him? Or I don't know if it was resentment, but
yeah, this was only a year after the Monica Lewinsky thing. And
a year after.
Yeah, he had humiliated her, and
right.
You know, she had eyes on her own political career by then. She was weighing a run for the Senate from New York. She didn't need him anymore.
Right.
Yeah. And, you know,
it's amazing they stayed together all this
It's
time.
amazing.
You know, a lot of people say that Hillary Clinton stayed with Bill simply for political reasons. There's no other reason. She just, you know, wanted to rise up the, political ladder, and that's that. But I think it's worth actually looking at what she said, because I'm going to be honest, guys, I actually kind of like it. And I'm somebody who said so many nasty things about Hillary Clinton, likely will in the future, hopefully not, but it's hard sometimes. And I actually have to admire what she said about it. Namely that she wanted to fight for her marriage. She wanted to preserve her family. She didn't want to break up her family. She was thinking about her daughter, Chelsea Clinton, and how that would affect her if there was a divorce and a separation and stuff like that. And then perhaps more importantly above all, that she was guided by her Christian faith. Now look, is it sincere? Is it not? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that because that's not really the point. What matters is Hillary came out and said, keeping family together matters. I love Bill. I love my family. I love my daughter. I love God. And that is more important than basically doing what a lot of people do. You cheated, divorce. I give up on the whole marriage. Let's throw away the life we've built together. To hell with it all. And I have to say, I kind of admire that. All right. Even if it was for the wrong reasons, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, she's pushing the right moral issue on this. And from a Christian point of view, it's actually objectively correct. Infidelity is not actually a reason you should end a marriage. Is it difficult? Of course it is. I'm not arguing that. It's supremely difficult. And you know what? Never thought I'd be saying this, but I should say it. God bless Hillary Clinton for keeping her marriage together, because that was obviously the right thing to do for her family. And I think she deserves to be commended for that. Never thought I'd say it, because man, oh man, I've said so many terrible things about her.
I was friends with the American ambassador to Luxembourg. He's a Greek American who's now the president of some big university. I can't remember now which one. But anyway, he told me the best story. He said that he had been a businessman and a multimillionaire, self-made millionaire. And so he was the head of fundraising for the Clinton campaign for the southeastern United States. And his reward was he was named ambassador to Luxembourg. So he said that when the Lewinsky scandal broke, all the fundraisers got together and called each other and said, he's got to resign. Right? We have to confront him together, and we've got to get him to resign. Gore can become president, and then Gore can run for his own term in 2000. So Clinton agreed to get together, not knowing why they were getting together, but they said that they all needed to see him together. He said they rented a room, a banquet room at the Willard Hotel across the street from the White House on 15th Street. And he said that they had met the night before and they had rehearsed this, that they're going to be strong and they're going to be united, and they're going to tell him that he has to resign, or that none of them are going to raise money for anybody anymore. This is going to be it. They have to resign and make room for Gore. And so he said Clinton finally gets to the room, and before anybody can even say anything, he says, "I have wronged you, friends," with this this quivering, almost cry in his voice.
Okay. Bill definitely knew why they were calling him in. I don't believe for a second that he wasn't suspicious or knew what was going on. He is a lot smarter and a lot slicker than it seems these guys are giving him credit for. I'm just saying.
And he begs their forgiveness, and he pleads for them not to abandon him, that what he did was wrong, and he's so sorry. He can't believe that he did what he did. Now, like every president, he's a sociopath. This is probably an act. It's probably all made up. You have to be a sociopath to be president. You climb to the top on the backs of everybody else around you. That's just the nature of the system that we have, right? So the ambassador said to me, nobody ever mentioned resignation. He said, by the end of the meeting, he said, most of us were crying. And then somebody started chanting, "Clinton, Clinton, Clinton." And that's how it ended. And that's how he walked out, with people chanting Clinton. And I said, he suckered you. He said, of course he suckered us. He knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what we were there for. And he suckered every one of us. He said, but that was that Clinton magic that people used to talk about. And I said, I saw it that day in the meeting. I saw it myself.
He had a meeting out of his hands.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton was a master politician of being charismatic and smooth. Possibly the best in my lifetime. Wait a minute. Was that my lifetime? Maybe not. But anyways, neither here nor there. The dude was smooth. You just remember that saxophone thing? People used to joke that he was the first black president because he's from the South, from Alabama, and played the saxophone. It's kind of goofy, but Arkansas. Kind of goofy, but there are other things too. He actually famously was attacked savagely during, after being called a draft dodger during the 1992 Democrat primary. People were saying that he skipped out of the Vietnam War. He was not a patriot, that kind of stuff. And that was a big deal back then, that kind of scandal. How did he react to that? Well, he went up, did a speech in New Hampshire during the Democrat primary and said, "I am the comeback kid," after this speech. And that was basically successful propaganda. People ate that up, they loved it. And what do you know? The scandal's buried and he later becomes president. And also, before he became president, he had a lady who went up to Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush during the town hall debate and said, "How do you relate to me? What have you gone through to struggle in this recession?" And, you know, George H.W. Bush kind of just looks at his watch. He's all nervous, like, Bill Clinton just says, I empathize with you. And it just, people loved it. People loved it. Brilliant politician, possibly one of the most skilled in recent history. With all that being said, folks, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. As always, if you haven't already, please make sure you comment on our video. Let us know what you thought, what kind of stuff you want to see in the future, and hit that subscribe button down below, and we will see you again soon. God bless.